Hello everyone, welcome back to this last wrap-up session on Bookmark special series. Hope you enjoyed the series, and today we will be drawing our last bookmark. We've tried new things in each of these bookmarks. At least I tried to be different and give you something new in each of these bookmarks that I drew. So today again we will be using our color panel because I am going to work with some basic colors. And I have this brush with me, right? So I'm going to first prepare a background and use some greens, right? So first I'm going to use my light green, take the light green color, apply it nicely on my brush, right? So my brush is kind of pointed from the front, so that it gives me a nice leaf kind of shape, right? So if you're not able to do that with the brush, you can always give it that shape, right? So no need to bother much. Kind of leaf shape, yeah. So I'm going to do that with both dark green and light green, yeah. So I'm just using my basic green shade and going to emboss these petals or leaf shapes throughout my bookmark, using a little darker shade now. Don't bother too much about how, what, where, just go with the flow. There's no problem even if you add a little shape, that's fine, right? So I'm going to continue like this, find some spaces in between also, like these. It's okay even if they are overlapping. Going to give a mix of light and dark green. Right? So you take your time, do that exercise at your own pace. Don't worry too much about how it is looking like. It's just to give a background. I'm mostly using the shape of the brush. Yeah. So give me a little time and I do that and get back to you. Yeah. I'm still continuing with the same exercise. Having fun with my greens. Using a mix of dark and light color. Yeah. So just give it a few minutes to dry. Just adding a few randomly. we are sorted. Some bit of green, smaller ones. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to do any more. I'm going to leave it here. So the color has dried up. I also have a brush pen which is light in color, very light in color, and the whites that are visible in the background, probably I'll just blend it with my rest of the greens. So I'm just using my brush pen, or you can use your simple brush, just wet it and then just spread the color a little bit. Yeah, maybe you will get the same effect. I'm not pretty sure. So I'm just using my brush pen green and just filling in the white spaces in between quickly, so that I have a nice green background with these imprints on it. Right, so this is just one of the way to create it. I'm sure you can find different ways to create it. You can do it with your brush pen also, right? So just depends on what kind of stationery you have with you and what are you comfortable working with, right? So that's how I felt like doing. Yeah, right. So now let's get to tangling. So I'm now going to pick up my O1 and just draw a tangle called Enzeppel. Yeah, so it looks like this version of Enzeppel is the crazy version. So I'm just going to draw some zigzag lines, not thinking much where, how, what, right? If you want, you can use your boulder nib also. I think that will be a good idea, so that your tangling is prominent enough. So I'm using my O8 here to draw over my background. I'm going to draw the tangle Enzeppel. Right, so just take your time, draw crazy lines just like you draw for Hollowborg. Don't think much where, what. Again, the pen may be a little right, so not creating too many, but yes, creating some big sections and some small sections depending on how do you want it to be. Right, so once you're done with that, I'm now going to aura each section just the way we do for Enzeppel. So don't go till the corner, but aura each section that you create. Yeah, so take your time. And just round the corners. Don't go till the end. And do that exercise for all the sections. So what I am doing is retracing the lines of each section, skipping the corners, right, like this. Again going to do the same here. So these sections that you are forming in between, I am going to ink it. Yeah. So this section is the next. Again retrace the line, don't go till the end. Again retrace, don't go till the end. Right. Again this section. I think I will switch to my Identity pen. Although this pen is working, but it's snapping a little. Right, so I am going to switch to my Identity. Right, so moving on to the next. Aura the section, skip the edges, the ends, ink the small little intersectices. Again aura the next, skip the ends. Again next. Again, so patiently do that exercise for each of the sections that you have created. Nicely aura each section. Once you aura, you will end up creating some intersectices between each of the sections. Just fill in that section. I am auraing each section but not going up to the corner, instead rounding the corner. Right, so have fun, take your time, slowly do that exercise throughout. Yeah, I'm just going to do that for all. I think we have done it here. Moving on. So you can see I randomly created some sections and now I am auraing each section, and this is what I am creating while I do that exercise. Yeah. So this is the crazy version of the Tangle and Zeppel. There is always a grid based, there is also grid based version. wherein we draw and zeppel in a closed grid, but we more often use this version because we don't like to be bound by grids. Many of us don't. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is done. Yeah, so once we are done with that, I'm now going to just pick up try using my O1 again, because I need some fine lines now, or we will use the finer section, finer part of our identity pen, or you can try using your normal pen also. So now what I'm going to do is just add some web. Right, so I have drawn some crisscross lines, not thinking much how, just using that section. Right, and now I'm just going to draw a web. So drawing some C shapes inverted like this. Yeah, let me zoom in a little. Yeah, so going to do that again. Take your time. C shapes 3, again continuing the same. Some hidden ones. Right, that's one. Again we can use this section. And I'm going to do the same. Make sure you give nice curves. That's what gives the web its look. The lines need to be curvy. One stroke, the C stroke. Yeah, again let's go with one here. A bigger one probably. I'm not going to divide anymore. Start again with the C shape. One more. Third one. Right, so if you want you can add one or two more, probably one more here. Yeah, so I'm going to add right. So done with that. Now let us see what do we want to do in the rest. So rest I am going to use my if possible the jelly roll, and let's see if we can transcend a little. Right, so I'm going to insert some nice print terms, or why not use a jelly roll. I'm sorry. Right, so we can always use our silver. So why not use our silver jelly roll and add some transcending like this. Yeah, adding in some printums here. Feel free to add whatever you like. A suggestion to add some printums. Something that provides a subtle background, is not very discreet, but yet there. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Yeah, so I'm going to do that in 1 or 2 sections. Take your time, slowly select few sections and add those printums. Right, again I'm going to choose one more here. Printum is my go-to tangle, so I look for an opportunity to place it somewhere or the other, but it's not necessary that you also use it, right, that often. So please feel free to use something you like as a filler, right? So I'm now going to pick up gold or copper, whatever you like, and add some bit of dots on my web, highlight it a little, right? So take your time, small little things that you can do that look nice, right? Again, then add bigger dots here. Take your time, make that effort, add those dots. Yeah. So I'll do that in 2 more. So I have added that little bit of copper to all, right? It's a metallic shade, so you can see it reflects in the light, right? Now with my black pen again, or you can use your white if you have a nice white. My jelly roll doesn't seem to be working on it. Let me see if it does. So white would be a good idea. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to add some indirellas now. Yeah, like this. Maybe I will use my black at some other places. Indirella We used this tangle in one of our previous bookmarks also, right? A very delicate looking tangle. Some black ones, some white ones, right? So these are black. I'll insert some white ones here. The ink is skipping. Yeah. So one or two here and there. Yeah. I think that's enough. We don't need to do anything else. That's sufficient. Just going back to my white indirellas. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's sufficient. So let us go to some shading now. So you can either use your pencil or you can use your brush pen. Let us try using both. So first going with the web. Right? So let us first blend this much and then we'll see how do we want to take it further. Don't blend too much. You don't want the entire thing go gray. Yeah. Now a little bit of graphite inside the sections that we created. Yeah. A little touch, not much. A little touch under the indirellas. Going to the sections where I put some silver printums. giving a touch to my indirellas. Yeah, again going to the indirellas, soft touch with your pencil. Don't cover the whole thing. Some bit of graphite there. Right, so I think we are done with the blending. Yeah, let us now pick up a little white chalk. So I'm just looking for my chalk pencil. Yeah, here it is. So let us now add some highlights. Right, so I'm just going to add some highlights on my web. Not too much, but yes, some. Right, so you can now blend it with a different Totlon. Just soften the chalk. Yeah, same exercise you can do for the others also. And then this one. Right, so take your time, go to each of the webs, add chalk in the center space for a highlight, and then some bit of chalk on the indirellas, the other half. Small ones. Right, so yeah, I think that's about it. And now you can add some bit of highlight inside these. Where you have not added anything. Try blurring it a little bit with your chalk. Don't go up to the edges. Just going to those where there is nothing. blurring those sections a little, going back to them, adding some chalk, and now blending it. And we have not added highlight here. So working on watercolors can be tricky at times. I'm sorry. Sometimes the pen can jump. Mostly it doesn't. So you may have to switch pens in that case. Right? So fun to have drawn this bookmark. Yeah, I think that's about it. We don't need to do anything else here. Yeah. So if you want small little things that you can do here and there, add some black pearls, some embellishments here and there. Right? So, but that's entirely optional, up to you whether you want to do it, you don't want to do it. So probably place some caviars here and there. So caviar, again a tangle very much inspired from what the name suggests, the eggs of a fish actually look like that. So just placing that tangle at a few places to add that extra zen, but it's entirely up to you. Whether you want to do that or you don't want to. Right? You can also highlight that small little space there inside it with your white jelly roll. I think that will add a little more get up. They will start peeping. And that's about it. We are done. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So let us close our tile here. I'm going to sign and date it. Today is 19th. Right, so these are the bookmarks that we drew, and it's real fun to have all of you with me and provide your valuable feedback. I really read them with great enthusiasm, right? So thank you for all that feedback. Thank you for all your encouragement, good, bad, whatever it is. And I shall see you again with another new series, right? That was the wrap-up session of Bookmark Special. Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye.